Hello Year 6 and welcome to today's English lesson. So over the last 2 days we've been collecting information that is going to help you to do today's work and more importantly next week's work. So today we are looking to plan our hybrid non-fiction text. So a quick reminder, hybrid just means that it's got more than one genre in it. So we're not just writing a set of instructions, we're not just writing a piece of writing, we're not just writing a biography. We are writing something that includes bits of those, a little bit like those examples of the J.K. Rowling one and the environmental one, the one about reducing your carbon footprint and that. Those are both hybrid texts. So today we are writing the plan for it. So I'm going to quickly show you a little information sheet, quickly run through that, and then I'm going to have a go at planning something, but I won't be planning the same as you. Okay, flicking into my screen now. So, as it says, we are writing an effective plan for a non-fiction text. You're watching the video, so you don't need to worry about that. And today you're going to be using the information you've collected to plan out what you will include. Now, there must be 3 different genres within your hybrid text, okay, at least 3. So here's 4 that I would suggest would work quite well. So I think a biography about the life of Tutankhamun would work quite well. I think a persuasive piece of writing to persuade people to visit Egypt would work quite well. I think a non-chronological report of just about ancient Egypt would work quite well, so you've got quite a lot of information about that. And then maybe a discussion or a debate about whether Tutankhamun's remains and all of the treasures that they found should have stayed in Egypt rather than being sent all around the, let's correct that, world. So when they found all of those remains in 1920 something, I think, you might have that information. They spread it all out, so quite a bit stayed in Egypt, and then some came to the United Kingdom, some went to America. They went all around the world. So some people believe that that was a good thing. Some people believe that they should have all stayed in Egypt. Okay, so you could write a debate a little bit about that. So 4 different ideas. Now, as you're writing, I want you to make sure that you write in note form. We are not writing it today, we're just planning it. So quick note forms. You'll see me doing that in a minute. You'll decide what your titles and your subtitles will be. You'll include main ideas for your paragraphs within each text. You'll identify the key vocabulary that you're going to include. And then you'll decide on any images or pictures that you'd like to include. And remember to look after your notes and plans that you can use them next week. Okay, let's go back to my face. Okay, so let's get in to today's task. I'm going to put the success criteria probably down in this corner somewhere just to help us so we can see what we're doing. So hopefully you would have written your date up here, your learning objective in here, and then we are starting to plan. So firstly you need to decide which genre you're going to do first, and I am going to do my biography first. So my biography is going to be about King Narmer. So, I realised I just need to get my King Narmer information up on the screen. One sec. So, and I'm going to put in brackets that that's going to be my biography. I won't include that when I actually come to write my proper information. So, underlining that so that we know that that's my title. And then I'm now going to start to put in my little bits. Okay, so bullet point. I'm just going to put a short introduction about him unifying all of Egypt. Okay, I'm also going to include his life dates, which was 3100 BC to about 3000 BC, approximately. Okay, I'm going to say that he was a pharaoh during the first dynasty of Egypt. And each of these are going to be like a short little paragraph about him. Okay, let me just scroll down a little bit, see if I can find the little bits that I want to find. John I's dynasty after King Scorpion. I found that information out. I'm going to talk more detail about unifying Egypt. I'm including that about the double crown. And I'll include there about the north and south split. Now, what you need to remember is, at the minute, this might not make loads and loads of sense to you, but it does make sense to me because I've collected this information. Okay, and then finally I'm going to put he had a modest, small burial chamber. And that's going to be my plan for my biography. Obviously, when I write that next week, I'm going to include a lot more information in my short introduction. That's going to be a couple of sentences long. It will say something like, King Narmer is a very famous pharaoh and from ancient Egypt because he has been given the responsibility of unifying all of Egypt. This was a job that many thought impossible until King Narmer took the throne. New paragraph. He was born approximately 3100 BC in the first dynasty of Egypt following King Scorpion. Little is known about him because he had such a small burial chamber with very little artifacts. However, one of the things that he is known for is unifying Egypt. As part of this, he had to bring the north and the south together under one rule and was one country. To do this as well, as a result of this, he was able to wear the double crown of Egypt. And I would continue to go on like that. So I've got a little bit of a plan for my biography. Now, the other thing that I'm going to do is my persuasion. So I'm going to talk about Bolton Museum. And this is going to be my persuasive piece of writing. So, in my persuasion, bullet point, I'm going to start with an introduction that will briefly talk about its location. It will briefly talk about its refurbishment. And I will briefly talk about it being recognized as one of the best Egyptian galleries in the UK, which it actually is. It actually is. I know you might not believe that about Bolton, but it is. So within that, I'm going to include information about its model burial chamber. You can actually go and you can go inside a chamber and it kind of looks exactly like it would have done when it was first discovered. I'm going to talk about its large range of artifacts. I'm going to talk about how it is family friendly with lots for the children to do. And I'm going to talk just briefly about the friendly, knowledgeable, that's a good word that I need to, knowledgeable, don't know if that's spelt right, we'll go with it. This has gone on the internet, I should probably check that, shouldn't I? 1 minute. Knowledgeable, yeah. Family friendly, knowledgeable staff. And then I've got information that I can use tomorrow. So I know that when I write my introduction, I might say, Bolton Museum, which is situated in the northwest town of Bolton, close to Manchester, has recently gone under a brand new refurbishment. And it is now recognised as one of the best, as holding one of the best Egyptian galleries in the whole of the UK. One of the reasons for this is it has the model burial chamber of, and then I will talk more about that. It also, and then I will talk more about that. It's got family friendly, and then a conclusion that encourages people to visit. And then I've got my plan for what my biography will include, my plan for what my little persuasive bit will include, and then finally, and I'm not going to do all of this, I would then write a title that says, should Bolton and Manchester Museum combine? And that is going to be my debate. And then, as I've done before, I would organise what I'm going to say in bullet points. So let's go back to my face. So hopefully you've got some ideas about your own plan. So it should end up looking something a little bit like that. Obviously with a lot more, potentially more information, and I'm looking for those 3 different texts to include. You are not writing it out for real today. Today is just getting the ideas so that on Monday, when I come to do a little bit of a model of how to write a biography, I've got my ideas in front of me. I know that that's what I'm going to be writing about. So on Monday, I can concentrate on the skills that I need to show to write it. So year 6, I know I've said it before, but I will say it again. The harder you work today, the easier it will be next week. So work hard today, get a really good plan done so that on Monday, when you come to write it, you will have everything you need to crack on with it. Okay? So, year 6, I look forward to seeing you in our next exciting English lesson. Goodbye.